Welcome to NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Nic Rohloff, and we are answering some of the latest questions around the NBA world. We're filming this on day 3 of NBA free agency. There's not been a lot going on. Maybe it could start to pick up soon, but not been the craziest free agency to this point. But we'll start with Yaz, asking, do you think the Mavs will make another move? I actually don't think they will. I think the Mavs roster is pretty much set. I'm going to look it up here just to double kind of make sure here. But after adding D'Angelo Russell, I think their roster is relatively set. It's a deep room, man. Think about this. You still have P.J. Washington. You still have Daniel Gafford. You still have Klay Thompson. You add in Cooper Flagg. You still got Caleb Martin. You still got Najee Marshall. Like, you got a lot of people on this roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Kyrie, D'Lo, 14, 15. So, no, I think they're done unless they make a trade. D'Lo will be your starting point guard until Kyrie Irving returns from his ACL injury. So you're probably going to see a starting lineup, in my opinion, of like a D'Lo, Klay, Flagg, AD, Gafford with Lively and P.J. Washington, Najee Marshall coming off the bench, Max Christie. It's an interesting team. I'm fascinated by it. But yeah, no more moves coming, in my opinion. Subscribe today for more NBA news, rumors, trades. We're live for the NBA draft, live for the first 3 days of NBA free agency, and we have more content on the NFL and college sports world as well. 100% free. Join us today for the top content in the YouTube game. Eve, I hope Ben Simmons goes to the Chicago Bulls. Ooh. I don't think that makes a lot of sense for the Chicago Bulls, if I'll be quite frank. And I'll say this. They have so many guards, right? They have Kobe White. They have Ayo Dosunmu. They have Josh Giddey. They just re-signed Trey Jones. So it's like, are you really going to crowd that with Ben Simmons, who is at his best when he is facilitating and using that height and length to be a mismatch hunter? Like, I don't know if they're doing that. Ben Simmons also would probably likely go to a more contending team. You would have to imagine. Who knows? But I don't think the Bulls make sense, especially when you want to have Matas Buzelis take a step forward and develop more maybe on ball. I think Ben Simmons might just hinder that just slightly. So I don't think it makes sense for the Bulls to add Ben Simmons. I also don't think it makes sense for Ben Simmons to go to the Chicago Bulls. Matthew, which team are you predicting will sign Damian Lillard this offseason? Whew. That's a great question. So first we have to see what happens with Dame in terms of, is he going to decide to do a 1-year sit out, sign a contract next year? Or is he going to sign a multi-year deal this season, be able to rehab with an NBA training staff, and then come back the following year? If he does that and signs a multi-year deal, how about the Golden State Warriors? He's from Oakland. I know it's not the same, but he's from the West Coast. Him and Steph Curry have a good relationship. Him and Jimmy Butler have a really good relationship. The question for Dame is, would he back up Steph Curry? Because you ain't playing them side by side, that's for sure. But could you imagine a Steph Dame offensive backcourt? I mean, the defense would have to start picking both of them up at half-court line. It would be horrible defensively, but it was something to behold on the offensive end. If he waits a year and then signs next year, I don't know. But, man, the Warriors are certainly interesting. I also think the Heat are certainly going to be in play there too. Epic Jets with a question. With the Bucks trying to retool around Giannis, are they a real threat to win, or are they going to barely make the play? Oh, they're going to be playing Warriors. They're going to be playing legends. So what they've done in free agency so far, they re-signed Bobby Portis. They re-signed Kevin Porter Jr. They re-signed Taurean Prince. They re-signed Gary Trent Jr. The big splash is obviously going out and signing Miles Turner. Brook Lopez leaves in free agency to go to the Clippers. They replace him with Turner. Clear upgrade, obviously. Miles Turner is better than Brook Lopez in his career. And Miles Turner is a better version of what Brook Lopez is. Better athlete, better rim protector, and a better three-point shooter at this point. So you upgrade at center. You add Gary Harrison off the bench. Jericho Sims, your third-string, second-string center. And you acquired Micic while trading Pat Connaughton. So out Pat Connaughton, Brook Lopez, Damian Lillard, in Miles Turner, Gary Harris. And that's really it. It's not that good of a team, but assuming Giannis stays healthy, he's a top 3 player in the world. Top 3 player in the world is at least going to get you to the play-in. So I'm predicting the Bucks are likely going to be a maybe 7 seed. Maybe they scratch the surface for a 6 seed. The truth is, though, I think that teams that are better than the Bucks, Pistons, Magic, Hawks, Cavs, Knicks, guaranteed. But then you'll get into the Indianas without Halliburton. I think they're still in that same tier group. Boston without Tatum, still in that same tier group. Does Philly take a step forward? Does Toronto take a step forward? Then that's where the question is with the Bucks. So I think they're going to be a 6, 7, 8, 9 seed in that range. That's my prediction on the Bucks. Who is going to be the NBA Finals next season? Crystal ball time. Crazy prediction, but let's hear it. I'll give you mine. I'm sticking with the Thunder in the West. Give me the Orlando Magic. I'll go Magic. I go Magic Thunder. Banchero and Wagner take the step forward. Bane really helps them in their floor spacing, finally giving them a scoring punch and shooting punch from the perimeter. Jalen Suggs was terrific when healthy. So hopefully he stays healthy. And then adding Tyus Jones, Jace Richardson off the bench. That's my prediction. Thunder Magic. Wow, quite a finals that would be. I'll tell you what. NBA would probably shoot itself. All right, Detroit Sports Talk. NBA, are the Pistons done in free agency? If not, who do you target and why? Well, let me find the cap table for our good old friends in Detroit. But we know that so far in free agency, they have let Malik Beasley go do whatever he's doing in his gambling world. And they've re-signed Paul Reed, signed Karis LeVert, and then did a sign and trade for Duncan Robinson. And then also sending out Simone Fontecchio. So their roster right now is Cunningham, Tobias Harris, Isaiah Stewart, Jane Ivey, Osar Thompson, Ron Holland, Jalen Duren, Marcus Sasser, Bobby Klintman. And then you have the additions of Paul Reed, Karis LeVert, Duncan. So they have some roster spots available. So I guess they're not done yet. If I'm looking at Detroit and what they could use, I guess maybe some front court scoring, if you will. Like they lost Beasley and Hardaway Jr., but they get an upgrade in Karis LeVert. And they get, I wouldn't call Duncan an upgrade over Beasley, but could argue he's a better shooter. Beasley's just a better defender. So yeah, I mean, I think they're a better team than they were last year. And I think they have a couple more moves left in them. Now, if you're asking me what they are, they're set at center with Duren, Paul Reed, and Stewart. Could they use maybe some more wing scoring? Sure. But is there any wing scorers out there? No. You know, I'll throw one name out there for you. Amir Coffey, 6'7", shot 38% from three last season, or actually 41% from three, for the Clippers. Averaged 9.7 points per game. Maybe the Pistons could look at Amir Coffey. Say, hopefully one of those two are right. Do you believe that the Indiana Pacers should call the Chicago Bulls and try to get Vooch? What are you giving up? That's my question. Let's pull up the contracts on the Indiana Pacers now, because Vooch is an expiring deal at $20 million. I'm looking at their cap here. You're not trading Nembhard for Vucevic. You're not trading Toppin for Vucevic because he's great. You're not trading Nesmith for Vucevic. You're not trading McConnell for Vucevic, I don't think. So maybe you could do a deal where you're trading, but this would be a bad deal, I think. Is Vuce a good center? Yeah, he's fine. But he's not going to be an anchor on the defensive side of the floor. And he can't play in that up-tempo offense that Indiana likes to play. Like, the best offer I could give you is Benedict Mathurin and Jarris Walker that comes out to $15 million and change and cap for Vucevic's 20. Okay. But if I'm Indiana, I would want something in return. Like, I would say, like, I'm giving you Mathurin and Walker, two solid young guys, 23 and 22 years old. Like, I'm going to need a maybe pick, a first-round pick or a swap or something like that alongside Vucevic. Vuce and a swap for those two. Maybe. I don't know, though. I'm not sold on that move for Indiana. Make sure you get your 2025 draft hats. And honestly, I don't even think I need to call them draft hats. They're just sick, man. You see the different styles, whether curved brim, flat brim. You got the same color, the off-white. Whatever your favorite team is, these hats are sick. Get them right now while they're on sale. 2025 draft hats at chatsports.com/2025 draft hats. Links in the description and comments of today's video. Grab yours today. I think they're absolutely sweet. Don't miss out before they head off the market. Christian, do you think the Warriors will get a player tonight? No. Because to me, the Warriors are only going to make a move once they figure out what happened with Jonathan Kuminga, and I am banking on Kuminga not signing today. So I guess this mailbag's going out in the afternoon. That's how my thoughts are on the matter. That's my thoughts. All right, that'll do it for today's mailbag. If you made it to the end of the show, type real one in the comments. I want to know who the legends out there that made it through the entire one. I feel like this was a long mailbag. So appreciate y'all for sticking tuned and hanging out with us. See you on the next video. Peace out.